Hello everyone, we are here for JL season number 9, the opening round here for the Spanish Grand Prix in Maralgia, fictional track made by Nandi with, just like in Sofia, some help of the AI to make some parts of the bridge and also some Photoshop for the mountains and the rock stuff. And yeah, we are here for a brand new season, which means that yet another JL season has ended very recently, and oh, not that we rich, but okay, who cares? Um, so we got a brand new season. Last season it was Jeff the Jeff who won the title, the driver's title, which just 4 races, I'm pretty sure. Then Solaris became the team champions. And yeah, bringing this sort of ends between this sort of big fight between Fraga Verde and also Delphox, which are usually being the most dominant teams, I would say. But yeah, now currently we got Figueroa now leading the way in this qualifying with the 33.83, coming out to a second lap with Cylinder also in second place, Juan in third, and then Enigma, who has been pointing as one of the favorites now in P4. Then we got Monaco Grand Prix in P5. So let's see which are going to be the driver's lap times. Will someone improve? Will some changes happen? There he goes now. Enigma here, up into the lead with the 33.75. So quite a solid lap for JL, I would say, with the leader now third. And I think no big changes in the top 5. I think it's the exact same drivers, but the order has changed. BK, we see him in P6, then it's Kizzy in P7. Let's see now, they're about to make the final 3 corners. I would say the last 2 corners can certainly be a little bit complicated when it comes to the timing. But let's see who's gonna take that pole position for the opening round of Season 9. And I think it might be Enigma. Yeah, I think he's gonna keep it. I think he also improved his lap toward a 67. Yeah, that's also amazing news for the team as well. And there we go, we got a front row lockup for the Ricard Supernova with the Enigma and Figueira starting on first and second, and Kizir will start. Wait, Kubo, you need to show me the top 10. Alright, so Kizir will start in third place, and it's Shuan ahead of Cylinder, then Goromi on this Diaz Racing sandwich, with then BK in P7, and it's Monaco Grand Prix ahead of Toctanon and BSIW, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll just. Oh, okay. Okay, it's Saucy. Okay, so Saucy will be closely the top 10. And who is going to be P11? It's got to be the very drivers there. Quite far down this season, aren't they? As we got Toe Gamer, then Himpo, 2 brand new drivers, I'm pretty sure, with Alexei Zdov, then in P14 ahead of Masca Brives, 1 big veteran of the server, with Fabricio, then ahead of Krunk, then it's Ricky Boy ahead of Keller Zine, and then Fox starting from the back of the grid. He got 19 drivers, which is the maximum amount of possible drivers, with all of them always being
we would be remiss not to welcome Kenzer Motorsport to the grid as well. Kenzer Motorsport was the selling off of Delphox, Trixie's old team, and Kiato now owns that team. The former champion from Delphox now is a new owner, Mosca Brevis and Ricky Boy, making their debut for that team.
Alright, that is great to know. I actually didn't notice Delphox missing here, but now we can certainly see why, as we got then the new team, Kenzer Motorsport. Some changes happening on the JL grid, then a lot of new drivers as well. I can see the Gamer, Himpo, Figueira as well, and just a lot of brand new faces and names. Not really faces, as we cannot really see each other, but the names simply completely new. And yeah, I'm really excited for this season. Let's see how it's gonna go. We are starting with certainly a very challenging track. It is certainly a mixed one. It's a bit straight, a little bit purpose track. But the drivers will be starting very soon. And here we go, we are off to the season here in Season 9 with Enigma starting on the inside, so we should be easier to defend there. As we see Kizzy already trying to tight the inside line. As here we go, the drivers, the teammates going side by side. As then we see one of the Fiji drivers there, Gormy, now around the outside of Figueroa. Now he's going to have the inside line here. As they go side by side, it's a sandwich here. Free wide into the back straight here. It's Figueroa. No, it's Enigma on the inside line. But Figueroa takes the lead of the races. We have a little bit of a crash. Figueroa takes a penalty. And now it's Enigma leading the way with Tenkor Army into second place. And then you got Figueroa, who as Enigma makes a big mistake here. BK now on this lead group. 4 drivers up there. We see now big mistake, I think, from Cool Army on the inside line. As we see now BK is trying to take the inside of Figueroa into turn 2. And then we see it's the team leading the way. There is BK in third, and it's Juan there in P4, just behind Dr. Known here, with Core Army now falling down a few positions, down to P6. Not really an amazing start, as we see one of the very drivers. What happened there to Zylinder? He seems to have been pushed wide to that 90-degree corner. As we see a lot of midfield battling here. We got Himpo now going for the inside of Fabricio. They go side by side. Now Zylinder looking to join Kizir. I don't know, gets randomly pushed on the outside. They kind of look like it. And then you got here now Zylinder going side by side with Fabricio. Fabricio goes completely wide, and now he tries to block some of the drivers. And now we see here the teammates battling each other. It's Enigma and Figueroa. They seems to be quite peaceful though. And yeah, it is amazing for them to slip each other, but now Figueroa makes a mistake that might allow PK in third place to maybe catch up to him. They're both racing on the soft tires. We see some clouds coming in, but right now, no rain expected, as in we see No Gamer on his debut, I think, in P4. Then we see Joan maybe around the outside. That could be risky, but I think a nice move there from the Hearts. But now Dr. No does the exact same thing there. Really nice battling here from these JL drivers. As we see now, Dr. Nolan and Joan, I'm pretty sure these two are quite the veterans in this league, so they certainly have some experience. As you see, Joan going a little bit too wide. Then Dr. Nolan makes a mistake on the final corner. That seems to be very common among these drivers. And I think among everyone on this track, not gonna lie, it is a very challenging last two corners, very hard to time the turning pretty well, as you need to be really fast with your reflexes, as we see here. I think it's Zylinder and it's Monaco Grand Prix there with Kizir, and then also Himpo appearing on this party as well. 5 drivers here battling for a P7. And then we see Joan and Kizir side by side to the final 2 corners. And now we see if we widen it to turn more, we see Zylinder maybe around the outside, and they all managed to survive. Let's see if we can do the same now into turn 2. Also very tight hairpin there, as we see. Oh my god, the Himpo looks to have been pushed. But yeah, then we got the Ricard drivers just leading 1-2, and then a 4-second lead to Gorlami. Now we managed to get back up to third place, looking for a very strong podium here. And now there goes the first pit stop happening here for Enigma, looking for an undercut, maybe, even though he had the lead of the race. So let's see now. He might find himself some traffic, which might not be really ideal. And we know sometimes how JL drivers are. They're not really that much expected to slipstream, and they might battle him. But we will see how will the Dutchman deal with that lag. I mean, not that lag, with the traffic. As we see here now, it's easier battling here with Juan. Now it's battle for P6. Maybe Juan's tires hearts might be better, maybe not really. It has been a thing with these new cars that the softer tires are often way better compared to the harder tires, and usually the question about the tires has been usually related to the pit stops, times. And if the pits are big, then usually the hards might have a chance. We've seen it with tracks like Matra, for example, and so on. Also, I think Orschelban as well. And yeah, we got here Zylinder and Figueroa now in the battle for second place. As Figueroa has pitted already, so he really needs to get past here. I think the Diaz driver, not really sure if that's the team name. Sometimes I'm not totally familiar with the name. Yes, we got now like Figueroa finally managed to get past Zylinder, who is on the old hearts, and now he has to try and catch up to his teammate to make an undercut. But Figueroa has the softer tires, which means they will degrade faster. So by the time he's getting closer to Enigma, the tires might just not have that much of an advantage here. So it might be looking interesting this second stint, and they might pit again, or maybe not. Enigma might actually trying to steal those hearts until the end of the race. as I do feel like these JL races have become a little bit shorter, and sometimes the one stopper might seem to be the best option, and sometimes you can do it by just picking softs and hards. Yeah, that's for sure. He's been one of the new drivers, and he's been made quite an impression. I would say, looking pretty strong and a very promising driver. Currently in second place, as then we see Enigma just leading the way. He's been pointed to be the favorite for the title this season. He looked very strong on the last race last season, where he lost to Jeff. I think mostly for a tactical mistake, I would say. And then you got Gorlami 7 seconds behind, so that shows almost how strong this three-car team is looking, and they might be looking maybe for domination. And yeah, as we see here, Gorlami just making, I think, a mistake on the grass. It seems to be very easy to make that mistake. If you touch the grass on the first part of the corner, then you might do the same on the second part of the corner as well. As it's you just get yourself too much on the inside, it becomes really hard to correct it. As we see here now, Joan, now Gurlami, now Zelinder going for the inside of Himpo here. They're going side by side to turn 2, and Zelinder managed to survive, but he lost the position. Now Himpo goes for the move on Joan. Joan, I think, yeah, both on the hard tires, but Zelinder is on the mediums. Not really sure who has the softer tires among these three drivers, but it's quite a nice battle here for P5. As you got now, Zelinder around the outside. That's quite a nice move there. It looks to have more grip on those mediums, and now he's going to take the safety of Joan. Maybe have a look on the inside line, and there he goes. Now he's certainly going to try it, but Joan managed to keep it around the outside, but now he goes into the grass, and Zelinder takes the position. Happy to P5 he goes on lap 13. As you see also big saucy Italian women battling. Kizier, he goes around the outside. Kizier gets a little bit of a touch on that sort of fake roll there. Once again, he's gonna do the same on the next corner. Now Kizier, I know not. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, Salsi now keeps P9 on the soft tires. I wonder if he would pit again, but there's only 4 laps to go, so he might just. Yeah, I think he's gonna try and stay out until the end of the race. You see now Dr. Non going for maybe a move also on Monaco Grand Prix, and Kizier is gonna touch the grass. Now they're going free wide. Can they survive it though? And I think they can. There you go, really nice driving here. You see Dr. Non now making some moves here up to P8, and now, oh my god, this big saucy big dive there. Oh, what happened there? Yeah, it looked like to be a big misjudgment of the braking care there. As you have to remind you, big saucy was disqualified last round for driving backwards and costing a driver who was finishing still yet to finish the race position. And so we need to remind you that backwards driving is not okay on these leagues, as we see now Figueroa pushing Enigma, I think. So it looks like there's a been a change here. Looks like Figueroa has managed to catch up to Enigma after all. Maybe proving that mediums might be superior here, but they go now a little bit of a like rocket. They both fighting for the same spot here, but they managed to both survive it pretty well, and Enigma keeps the lead of the race. We see now Figueroa maybe look for the sideline, but he's too far behind to go for an overtake here. Yes, and with just 2 laps to go, or 1.5 lap to go, we got 2 teammates here battling for the first win of the season. As I'm pretty sure Enigma, I'm not sure if it will be the first win in JL, but for Figueroa it would certainly be its debut after all. It will be quite a debut to start with a win. Once again, he has been looking promising. Enigma also looking for a very solid return after he raced, I think, from Season 7 for Flow Force, which has been more than a year ago. But yeah, we see Figueroa looking pretty close, but he's going to be close enough though. Maybe these hearts will start to just get a little bit paired, which is something that the Enigma might really need, as they're now about to make the final few corners of this race. But I think it's going to be the win for Enigma. And here he goes. Enigma wins the Spanish Grand Prix. His teammates, Figueroa will finish second place, then Gorlami here on the finish in the podium. Looks like he seems to be very happy with it. As we see him waving in the end, and Joan will finish before. Then his PK closing the top 5 with his teammate Zelinder right behind him. Then his Himpo, Big Saucy, Dr. Known, then it's Alexi, Kizier, Monaco Grand Prix, Do Gamer. And now Fabricio looks to be a little bit slower there. I don't know what's happening. looks like maybe Mascabrivis can pass him there in the end, or maybe not. Oh my god, looks to be very close. Seems to be maybe some sudden, looks like some sudden lag there in the end. Yeah, maybe he may have done something to Masca and he may have just let him pass in the end. If that's the case, then that's amazing sportsmanship. But yeah, looks like Linder doesn't seem to be happy with the way this race went. He seems to be complaining about the driving standards. But yeah, either way, Enigma takes the win, the first win of the season for Ricard Supernova. But he may have his teammate being his biggest rival of this season, at least as it seems to be indicating so far, as Figueroa takes second place and the fastest lap. Then Gorlami will be third ahead of Schuan. Then you got the Diaz Racing drivers P5 and P6, PK and Zelinder. Then for Verde, you got Himpo in P7 ahead of P-Sossi, Italian women. Then it's Dr. Non in P9 ahead of Alexei Drozdov. Then we got the rest of the grid is Kizier ahead of Monaco Grand Prix. Then it's Toe Gamer ahead of Mascabrivas. Then it's Fabricio ahead of Keller Zin. Then it's Mr. Crunk ahead of Ricky Boy. Then it's Fox finishing at the back, with Jarvis being separated by less than 1 minute, so quite close, I would say, a bit for JL. And yeah, this was it. This was round number 1 of season 9 in Germany. Next round, I need to check very quickly where it's going to be. It's going to be in KLM in South Africa, so see you there till the next week.